Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Whenever we begin anything in our life with the right attitude and with the right inspiration, then alone success is possible. If the attitude is wrong, and if anything is done as a load, as a burden, we can never achieve anything in life. So is true for the meditation. Therefore, first in the 10th verse, Bhagavan Sri Krishna has given us the attitude. Attitude is not in the 10th. In the 8th and the 9th verse, the equanimity is required. Then in the 10th verse, the external preparations are done. Then in the 11th verse, we have landed on the seat of meditation. After having landed on the seat of meditation, now what next? This is said in the 12th verse. Tatraikagram mana krutva yata chittendriya kriyaha Upavishyasane yunjat Yogamatma vishuddhaye. So first, Shuchau Deshe Pratisthapya Sthiramasana Atmanaha Nati Utritam Nati Nicham Chailajina Kushottaram. So we have made a proper asan, and after that go for a walk? No. Tasmin asane upavishya yogam yunjat. So meditation is done by sitting and not by sleeping. Meditation is done not by jumping or dancing but by sitting. So tatra tasmin asane upavishya yogam yunjat. One should start his meditation practice. How to do that meditation? Now the first step. Katham sarva vishebhyasam upasamhrutya ekagram manaha krutva. First, withdraw the mind from all the worldly pursuits. So what is the meaning? The meaning is that we have nothing to gain from meditation. If there is an iota of thought in our mind that by meditation I am going to get something, we will never be successful on the path of meditation. Because when we keep in mind, I will get something, so what is happening? We are already going in the future. Going in the future and divorcing the present is not meditation. And therefore, sarva vishebhya manaha upasamrutya. Now, how is this mind? Ekagram. Now, the mind is, ekagram is what? Ekagram is, please understand, this pencil, when we make it very sharp, single pointed, that is not ekagra, that is not single pointed. Single pointed mind means what? The freedom with which we can apply our mind to the given job for a required length of time, that freedom is called as ekagrata or single pointedness. Tatra ekagram mana krutva manaha krutva yata chittendriya kriyaha. So he chittam cha indriyani cha yata chittendriyani tesham kriya sanyata tasya saha yata chittendriya kriyaha. So now who is this yogi? He is the one who has, first of all, mind is withdrawn from the worldly objects, then senses and chitta is sanyata, is totally under control. So three things are involved. First is mind, second is chitta, and the third is senses. So what the mind does, mind runs away in the worldly enchantment. So stop that. What the chitta does? Chitta is nothing but the storehouse of memories. See, you know by now, the Antakaran Chatushtaya, the four functional differences of the thoughts, they are Mana Buddhi Chitta Ahankar. So mind is the unsteady, undecided state of thoughts. Buddhi is a decisive state of thoughts. Decisions are arrived at. Chitta is the memory storehouse of thoughts. And Ahankar is the ownership associated with the earlier three. And these are all only functional differences. There is no structural difference. So, first of all, mana ekagram krutva, that means now the mind is not having a doubt, not oscillating here and there. Now the second thing what troubles us is the chitta. Chitta is what? Old memories start surfacing. Something or the other, the past goes on overpowering sometimes so much that we are unable to drop that topic. Again and again it comes. You just try this. You will understand what I am telling you. You decide to tell something very personal of yours to some of your friends. Decide, I will tell. And then remember me. No, Swamiji told not to tell. And then see the struggle in your mind. Every now and then, like a vomit, it will come out. And again you have to swallow it up. Again after some time, it will come up. And finally, when you tell it, as if relieved. See? Because the memories are so strong, they will again and again surface. And you know what happens? When memories surface, the present is covered by the blanket of memories. And then we are all lost. See, during our childhood, the things were so nice. Now you are telling nice. That time, if I become big, I want to do this thing, I will study, I will go to this thing, I will not stay in India. And then you go to USA and start dusting the roads. And then you feel good about it. Feel good. So, chitta. No past is allowed to pollute the present. How to do that? What is the technique I told you? You are Mr. Nobody the moment you arrive on the seat of meditation. So, you are sitting for meditation. And you are nobody. And somebody talks. I think, was the phone of Raksha? Yes, I think it was mine. Arey, you are nobody. No, that is only in the game. But actually I am. See? The moment we take up the stand of nobody, we will never bring the past in the present. This is called as control over chitta. Yata chitta. Then indriya, the faculties. Senses and organs of action. And also their kriya, their modifications, activities. So yata chittendriya kriya has become a noun now. A person who is having full control over his faculties, over his mind, over his chitta, the storehouse of memories, such a one, tatraikagram manakrutva yata chittindriya kriyaha. And then upavishya asane, having sat on the seat of meditation, yogam yunjat, engage yourself in the practice of yoga abhyas. Yogam yunjat ityaha. Now the purpose, what for we are doing meditation? This is the most important thing, friends. Atma Vishuddhaye, for the purification of the mind. What is the impurity in the mind? Impurity number one, the dirty, dead past which we don't want to throw away. And this habit of accumulating the dirty, dead past things is seen in our own houses. Old things, we keep on accumulating. So why don't you throw it away? No, kabhi kaam aayega. What kaam aayega? Throw it away. See? Now those who are not able to throw the accumulated things from the past, do you think they will throw away the accumulated memories of the past? That is why aparigraha is very important. So, Atma Vishuddhaya. So the first purification is, don't bring your past in the present. It is an impurity. What is impurity? When a thing is there where it is not required. See? I'll tell you one example about this impurity. This happened once in Calcutta probably. One of my friend, Mr. Agrawal, his niece got married. And she was very close to me. Right from when she was in class 4 or 5. So when she got married, she said, Swami, and I was in Calcutta at that time, marriage was in Calcutta. Swami, you have to come for my marriage. I said, okay, I'll come. And I didn't go because not possible. My other functions were there. So she got very annoyed and she said, at least come for the dinner. There is no lecture at night. So I'll wait for it. So I went. A nice table arranged and all these young girls, boys sitting. My chair and her, this uncle, his chair, we are sitting on that. The moment I entered, I said, no, I am not going to sit here. I'll go and sit separately. Today is my vratam and I want to eat all alone. And only Jane should give me food. No ladies should come. Suddenly, what happened to Swamiji? I went and did accordingly. Then my friend came and said, Swamiji, what are you doing these funny things? I said, you shut up. You don't understand anything. I'll talk to you later. If you want, you come and join with me. He came and sat with me. I said, hey kiddies, you continue your food. So they continued. He said, Swamiji, why you are doing it? I said, Maharaj, kebab mein haddi. Why don't you understand that in your tradition, when this first dinner is with the newly married groom, all the girls of the family, they make fun of him. They'll put a lot of chilies, they'll put a lot of salt, and then they will take away his slipper, and then they will start abusing him, and there will be a lot of fun and all. They will be enjoying themselves. When the haddi is not there. I said, why don't you understand this? See? So presence of a Swami in that gathering was an impurity. See? Bringing the past in the present is impurity. See? Similarly, projecting in the future is disrespecting the present. And when we disrespect the present, as a result of that sin, we suffer in the present. Therefore, Atma Vishuddhaye. Now the second thing is, second impurity. Second impurity is the personal bias that we carry with us all the time. I tell you what is the meaning of personal bias. One or two examples will make it very clear. There used to be one Amma who was having her gynecology hospital in Madhya Pradesh somewhere. This is a story of 70s or 80s. And her husband was, weakling and lying in the house, 2 sons. And she was the only person working day and night. Therefore, every decision she was taking. So she has become the decision-making personality. And after everything was over, then she came on the spiritual path. But the old habits will not go. Wherever she will go, only thing what I say should be done. So she has gone to some ashram to stay there. And there, why don't you do this way? Now the managers in these ashrams like Haridwar, Rishikesh, they are seasoned. They say, you have to do what we do, okay? Don't teach us what we have to do. Immediately. What do you think of yourself? I had such a big hospital, 100 beds, I had so many servants. You go there, why did you come here? See? Impurity is obsession about anything in life and justification. But is it not right if something goes wrong, we should correct it? Are you asked? No, keep quiet. Impurity is this Atma Vishuddhaye. Now, third impurity. We are basically Ananda Swarup. Satchidananda. And therefore, misery is an impurity. Because it is impurity, we want to remove it. See, your clothes are white. When you wash your clothes for removing the whiteness? No. Then, if there is some spot somewhere which is not white, then your washing is aimed at removing that unwhite spot, is it not? Why we want to remove the miseries of our life? Because they are impurities. It is not pure state of our being. See? Go on contemplating. You will see that only ekameva dvitiya neha nanasti kinchana, that alone is that immaculate pure. For that purpose is the practice of meditation. Now see what happens. This is another very important thing. Whenever we do not utilize any organ or any instrument for a very long period of time, that instrument or organ suffers from unused atrophy. Unused atrophy means what? It doesn't function anymore as it should have functioned. For example, writing. This has happened with me. Writing. Now, when I used to write earlier pages together, not one, the hand is to run very fast. The last 10, 12 years, writing is stopped totally. Therefore, if I write, I may start first line beautiful. After that, lines only comes. Hand doesn't move fast. Because the hand is not being used for writing. If this is understood, come to the mind. When you are sitting on the seat of meditation and keep your mind quiet for long periods of time, what will happen? Earlier efficiency of non-stop thinking will slowly die away. When Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi kept silent for 18 years, and after that when somebody started asking him questions and he wanted to talk, he could not talk. No sound will come. He has to struggle. He knows he wants to talk, but nothing will come out. Why? Because the sound box was kept quiet for a long period of time. Therefore, a person who is sincerely and intensely practicing meditation, be very attentive, he remains quiet and introvert. It is a pain for such a person to get into the world. It is extremely painful. See? And therefore, yogam yunjat atma vishuddhaye. This is the purification of the mind. Thoughts, desires, anger, these are the impurities. Why? We want to remove them. All that is impure is removed. All that is original is kept. Go on contemplating. Ultimately, you will come to a point where there is a sense of otherness is impurity. Where there is a sense of limitation is impurity. These are all the aspects in this one word. Upavishyasane yunjat yogam atma vishuddhaye. Atma vishuddhaye antakarnasya vishuddhyartham iti etat. So for the purification of the heart. Now, bahyam asanam uktam adhuna sharira dharanam katham iti uchyate. Now the external asana was told. Now how to hold the body? This is said. Samam kaya shiro grivam dharayanna chalam sthiraha Samprekshanasikāgram swam Drishaschānavalokayan. Now here a few points are brought out by Bhagavan Shankaracharya, very important points. First, samam kaya shiro grivam dharyan achalam sthiraha. Two things about the body. Posture on the seat of meditation. Samam kaya shiro grivam. Kaya cha shiraha cha griva cha. Kaya shiro grivam tat samam dharayan. Holding the body, the neck and the head in a straight line. Samam. Not vishamam. Then dharayan how? Achalam. Two things. One is sthira, second is achala. Sthairya, firmness, is on the base, and achala, stable, is vertically. These are the two areas where the body starts shaking. Either we start moving from below every now and then, or else vertically many people get the swings. When they start chanting Urdhvam Ulamadashakam Ashvattam Prahuravayam Chandamsi Yasya Paranani Yastam Veda Savedavita, you just hold them. They also stop. No, continue chanting. I can't. You leave again you start. From the beginning. Because second thing was forgotten. So again, Urdhvam Ulamadashakam, hold it, stop there. Achalam, two things. Firm and steady. Now, samam dharayataha chalanam sambhavati. When you sit quite straight, there is a possibility that we may start swinging. Chalam sambhavati. Ataha vishirashti achalam iti. And therefore Bhagavan has specified that the body should not move vertically. Sthiraha sthiro bhutva ityartaha. Sthira is firm. So base should be firm, vertical is steady. Swam nasikagram sampreksha. samyak prekshanam darshanam krutva iva. Then what is the next step? Samprekshanasikagram swam. Bhagavan told, yogi yunjita satatam atmanam rahasi sthitaha ekaki yata chittatma nirashira parigraha. So you are all alone, without anything or anybody around you. Now you have to do focus attention on the tip of the nose. But nobody is around. Therefore, swam nasikagram. Otherwise, the husband will call wife, please sit down. Why? I have to do meditation. I look at the tip of your nose. No. Swam nasikagram. Now here what Bhagavan says, sampreksha. Sampreksha means what? Samyak prekshanam darshanam krutva iva. Underline that word iva. Very important is word iva. What he says, nahi swa nasikagra samprekshanam iti vidithitam. We should not mistake that when you sit for meditation, now we have to focus attention on the tip of the nose and keep on looking like that. And then the doubt comes, tip of the nose means which end? Agra means end. Which end? Whether this end is also end or this end is also the end. So, what do I do? Where do I look here or I look here? Bhagavan says, Swanasikagra samprekshanan iva na vidithitam. That is not the purpose of meditation, to look at the nose. Then why this is said? Kim tarri chakshushoho drushti sannipataha. Then what is meant is this. Now look at my eyes. I am looking at a distant wall outside. Now see the composure, the texture of the eyes. And then I have come to the door. Then I come to this mic. And then I come to my glasses. Now here, if I go to the eyes and don't come out, Indriyanam swasvo golake sthapanam. This is the purpose. So, antarlaksha bahirdrishti. This is what Bhagavan is telling. Therefore, we are to train and help ourselves that we hold our faculties, senses in their respective offices and they are not allowed to go out. Samprekshanasikagram swam. Because what happens? Our eyes will start moving here and there. And therefore, Bhagavan says, Dishascha anavalokayan. Now here, Bhagavan's commentary. Sacha antakkarana samadhanapeksho vivikshitaha swanasikagra samprekshanam eva ched vivakshitam manaha tatra eva samadhiyate na atmani. If you imagine that what is meant, you take word to word meaning. See, Bhagavan has told nasikagre, and then he says, if the mind is going to be fixed on the tip of the nose, then it will not go in the self. We have to ultimately atma samstam mana krutva. Next step is. So if we have to take the mind atma samstam, how will you fix it on the tip of the nose? Therefore, what is the meaning? Meaning is sacha antakkarana samadhana peksho vivakshitaha. So when our eyes are steady, the mind remains undisturbed. From the eyes of a person, you can know what is the quality of the mind inside. Immediately. A person who is disturbed inside, he will always try to hide his eyes. He will never see with openness and the boldness. For example, suppose I have got, let us say, ill feeling for this girl. What I will do? I will look at everybody but avoid her. Why? That is in my mind and reflected through the eyes. Very important. And it is our own mind only. Therefore, when it is said, Samprekshanaasikagram Swam, our mind is so steady, and that steady mind alone is meant by the steady vision. See, when you look at the eyes of Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi, you can never even suspect that behind the eyes is a volcano of thoughts. No. Absolutely calm and quiet. Samprekshanaasikagram dishascha anavalokayan. So, seeing the tip of the nose is not the meaning. Atmani hi manasaha samadhanam vakshati. Atma samstam mana krutva iti. Because ultimately it is said that the mind has to focus ultimately in the self. How will Bhagavan say, put it on the tip of the nose? Tasmat iva shabda lopena akshnoho drushti sannapata eva samprekshaha iti uchyate. Therefore, by the word iva, Bhagavan has put it, in his commentary, darshanam krutva iva. So why this iva shabda Bhagavan has added? Only to tell is this. Therefore, tasmat iva shabda lopena. There the word iva is not written, but we have to understand that. And therefore, drushti sannipataha. Drushti sannipata is steadying the vision. This is one of the very strong meditation practice. You can sit in your place, switch off everything, total pitch darkness, keep your eyes open. Your eyes cannot see it because darkness. So that experience where eyes are open but nothing is seen, that experience is the experience of the reality. See? Sit in front of a blank wall, nothing. Simply keep your eyes steady. Don't see anything as an effort. Let seeing happen like an object is reflected in the mirror. That's it. This is what is meant by the Lord here. Therefore, dishaha cha anavalokayam disham cha anavalokam antara akurvan iti etat. Therefore, after having sat on the seat of meditation, now don't go on looking here and there. See, how is our mind? Something little cut comes. We have to know what has happened. Is it that important? No. By default, anything. You must have seen these characters in this world. Two persons are talking. The third person, what about who is that? Now one should very clearly understand, where we are not required to get involved, keep away. But the old habits die hard. And if you don't tell, I am being excluded, nobody wants to talk to me. When you know that nobody wants to talk, why do you come there? Go away. See? This is how we get involved in the world. Now this happens with the people. Now imagine the senses unruly, uncontrolled. Anything, anywhere is there, I want to know, I want to see. Why? It is not required. Therefore, dishascha anavalokayan. The ability to focus attention on your goal. We are in this world only for uddhared atmanatmanam natmanam avasade. Let us not get digressed to anything else. Now, after having this, next step, prashantatma vigatabhihi brahmachari vrate sthitaha manas sayyamya machitto yukta asita matparaha prashantatma vigatabhihi brahmachari vrate sthitaha manaha sayyamya machitaha yukta asita matparaha yunjan evam. So this sentence continues in the next verse. So what are the qualities? First, prashantatma. See, how many times I have been repeating this? There is one elderly man in Bombay. He used to come for my talks. Now it is far away for him to come to Prempuri. So he was telling me, Swamiji, I don't know whether it is Upanishad, whether it is the Panchadashi, whether it is the Bhagavad Gita, whether it is anything. You somehow or the other come only to be happy. Isn't there anything else in the scriptures? See? Prashantatma. We are ourselves not convinced that being happy is a spiritual practice. For a spiritual practice is become miserable. Don't take food. Observe fast, then think about food. It is better that you eat away rather than thinking about the food. So, the first principle is prashantatma. Prashantatma, prakarshena shanta atma antakranam yasya saha ayam prashantatma. So, what is the meaning of prashanti? I told you that which is not opposed to anything is prashanti. Unopposed knowledge is prashanti. Like the noise is opposed to the peace. But prashanti is undisturbed by the noise and never enriched by the peace. That is prashantatma. He who is like this, he whose mind is absolutely undisturbed by anything outside or nothing is added if there is quietness. See, this is the last stage. I'll tell you the stages through which the mind goes. First of all, worldly things are extremely attractive. So, we want excitement. First stage. And then from the excitement we withdraw. Then I like only bhajan and kirtan. Non-stop bhajan going on, never listening to a single word. But it goes on. You must have seen many typical Maharashtrian houses. I see in Bombay, all fellows around, they will start early morning, all kinds of, that radio Bombay, and loud, and nobody is listening to them. Not a single thing. But that idea is there now, early morning and it's so nice. Disturb others. That only, I don't like that disco, I like bhajan. Then third stage. I even don't like, bhajan, I like only peace. If somebody even talks loudly, it is so difficult. Can't people talk silently? Third stage. It is something like, what is the condition? This condition is, when you take the vaccination, for first few days or hours, you become more susceptible to the disease. So when little bit of disturbance, why don't you keep quiet? Don't you see the board meditation in progress? Take a detour. Silent. Now, still further step. Prashantatma. Let the whole world be on fire. This Mahatma is untouched, undisturbed. Prashantatma, first. Second thing, Vigata bhihi. He who doesn't have any kind of fear. Bhi means fear. Vigata bhihi, vigata bhayaha. He who doesn't have any fear. Because of this fear, you must have seen, during meditation, people have chewing gum in their mouth, some support. Whenever I see some people, here I have not seen, but many places seen, Western world particularly, in Indian world they have got pan, organic chewing gum, not synthetic. So, or they'll keep tobacco here. And then they will do meditation. Or they will go on cracking the joints. Do you know all this what? Any external support we require is a sign of fear. See? Any external support. Therefore, vigata vihi. Here what we have to ultimately come to? We have to achieve a state of supportlessness to discover that this reality is the support of the whole world. And if we start with the fear, suppose I become Brahman, will I be able to hold such a big world? I can't hold even a suitcase. Vigata bhihi. We have got 3 fears in our life. First is the fear of extinction. Second is the fear of deception. And third is the fear of the miseries in life. 3 fears. Vigata bhihi. When you are free from fear, your mind remains quiet. Disturbed mind is functioning under fear. This question was asked to me in New Zealand by somebody. Swamiji, you tell us to do meditation, all that. What will you do under the conditions? What happened? Here we work Monday through Friday. But as the Friday starts reaching, we develop fear. And with that fear, how can we live? I said, what is the fear? DCM memo. What is it? Delhi Mill Company has come here. Delhi Cloth Mill, DCM, Delhi Cloth Mill. Has it come New Zealand also? No. Then don't come on Monday memo. So when we leave our office and we are going at the gate, we are told, excuse me, you are Mr. John? Yes. Please give your keys, office keys. This is the member. Have a good day. What good day? His burial started. See? Now those who are constantly functioning under fear, do you think they can do meditation? This, when I go to the Western world, I see, you feel so pity, on them. Everything they have got. But the eyes of the vultures. Frustrated, depression, suspicion, doubt. How much more I can take away from others? Why should I give to somebody? With this kind of inner condition, what meditation? See? And then they go on imagining, but I cannot see anybody hurting anybody. Then what you do? Then I go and hurt. Why should they hurt? I will go and hurt. Please remember, this is all nonsense. Vigata bhihi. If you are nearer to the reality, you are free from the fear. And to get this freedom from fear, remember one instruction I gave you. Always remember, the Lord is in your heart and the Guru Maharaj is also there. So the Lord will protect you and the Guru will guide you. Again and again practice this. Then you will be free from all fear. If that is not there, then all imagination will start. Suppose I sit for meditation and it doesn't open. Then what I should do? I said, then when you are sitting for a meditation, take the bottle opener with you. Sit like this. And if it doesn't open it, poop. All imaginations in the mind. Suppose I sit for meditation and die. Then we'll celebrate. You are waiting for that. Why don't you do that? These all fears are born out of this notion. Meditation is something, an abnormal condition of life. On the contrary, it is the most normal state of being. Vigata bhi. Now the third. Brahmachari vrate sthitaha. So let us say Bhagavan's words. Vigata bhi, vigata bhayaha. Brahmachari vrate sthitaha. Brahmacharinaha vratam. The vows of the students, brahmachari, which are those? First, brahmacharyam, keeping the celibacy perfect. Second, guru shushrusha, serving the teacher. Third, bhiksha, bhuktyadi, whatever we are getting, that alone is to be eaten. Bhiksha, bhuktyadi, tasmin sthitaha, tad anusthata bhavet ityartha. Very, very clear. Go on making every word as your own personal experience. Then you will see everything just happens patapat. Brahmacharya vrate sthitaha. Now, tasmin sthitaha tad anusthata bhavet ityartha. Therefore, one should practice all this strict discipline on oneself. Never dream of a special status for yourself in life. Never dream. The moment we dream a special status for us, we are non-spiritual. Giving up all the speciality is spiritual practice. Tyage neke amritatva manasha. And if we consider ourselves to be someone very extraordinary, very special, because we are walking the spiritual path, we are going the wrong way. This is the vow. And when you don't expect any kind of special treatment to you from the whole world, you will never get disappointed in life. You will never get hurt in life. One principle I told you. We have no right on anybody in the whole universe. No right. So when we have no right, you can't say, why you are not done like this? We have no right on the elected members of parliament. We have no right on them. So whatever they do, what can we do? If we say, why you are done like this? Do you have a right to ask us question? No. Then what right we have got to elect us? After you elect, then we will take care of you, don't worry. See? We have to know this principle. Give up all your rights in life. You are perfectly observing brahmacharya. Brahmacharya vrate sthitaha. Now, kimcha manaha sayyamya. Manaha sayyamya, manasaha vritti upasamvritya iti etat. Now the mind is sayyamya. Now we know sayyama is what? Dharana, dhyan, samadhi. All three things together. The mind is controlled with reference to time, space and object. So, control of the mind with reference to space is dharana, with reference to object is dhyana, with reference to time is samadhi. So, manaha sayyamya upasamhritya, withdrawn, then Macchittaha, Mai Parameshware Chittam Yasya Sa Ayam Macchittaha. Macchittaha Bhava means now he wants nothing other than the Paramatma. Means what? Now the object of his pursuit is Paramatma and not the world. Macchittaha. And then Yuktaha, Samahitaha San. And therefore he is well integrated. He is well composed. He is well disciplined. He is very well, absolutely committed to the cause. Samahitaha San. And Asita Upavishet. He should sit in this manner. Mat paraha. Aham paraha yasya sa ayam mat paraha. And for him, I, Bhagavan Krishna, is the supreme abode. More than me, he wants nothing in this world. Now here Bhagavan's observation is very good. He says, Bhavati kaschit ragi, stri chittaha, natu striyam eva paratvena grannhati. There are people who are extremely attached to the woman. But for them, woman is not the highest thing in life. So, asti kaschit ragi stri chittaha, natu striyam eva paratvena grunnati, kim tari rajanam mahadevam va ayam tu. So, they are attached to the woman, but for them, the highest thing is the king, the ministers, or the wealth. Like, one Sindhi girl I remember, I don't know where is she now. Very clear. I really appreciated her. When her parents were telling about marriage, she said, look here, mom, dad, you find out anybody, I don't care. Only my one condition. What is that? He should be so rich that I should be allowed to spend the money the way I want. I don't care what he does. I don't care what is his age. I don't care whether he is healthy or unhealthy. I don't care whether he loves me or not. I want him for his money. Now find out. So much clarity of vision. So mat paraha. For him, other than the Paramatma, nothing else is of consequence. Upavishet mat paraha, aham paraha yasya sa mat paraha, ayam tu macchittaha mat paraha cha. But this Mahatma is macchittaha, his mind is in me, and mat paraha, and I alone is the highest for him. For the other people, woman is the macchitta, the woman is in his mind, but for him the important thing is Paramatma, the king or the minister. So, atha idanim yoga phalam uchyate. Now, when this way you practice your yoga abhyas, evam yog yunjannevam sadatmanam yogi niyatamaanasaha shantim nirvana paramam mat samsthamadhi gacchati. Yunjan samadhanam kurvan evam yathoktena vidhanena. As told in the last verse and few verses, evam samadhanam kurvan, controlling his mind and practicing samadhi, the meditation, yathoktena vidhanena, sada atmanam yogi niyatamanasah. And this has to be practiced sada. It is not once in a while. This is also one very important principle which most of the people miss it. When these grahasthas come, so many of them come, and they have got only one expectation from us. They have come to us and everything should be sorted out, so that when they go back, again ready to fight. That is not spiritual life. We have to remain alert, aware, all the time. Sada Atmanam Junjan. It's not a part-time profession. Yada Sada Atmanam Yogi Niyata Manasaha Niyatam Sayitam Manasam Manaha Yasya Sahayam Niyata Manasaha. So he whose mind is thus totally controlled, he Shantim Uparatim. He attains Shantim Uparati. Uparati means what? Upa means near. Rati means reveling. He no more revels away from himself. You must have seen, this girl's son. I don't know his name. He is busy with himself. Whatever you may be going, sometimes he goes on singing, or he talks to himself. He doesn't require anybody to play with. So this yogi, he doesn't require any external alamman, any external support. Therefore, he is reveling in his own being. Uparatim. The same meaning is in the word upavasa. Upavasa doesn't mean not eating food. That's the wrong thing. Upa means near, vasa means abiding. Sit nearer to the Lord. And when you sit nearer to the Lord, what will be there? Lot of prasad. Eat. Who told you not to eat? So, uparatim, reveling nearest to himself, shantim, nirvana paramam, nirvanam mokshaha, tat paramanishta yasyaha shantehe, sa nirvana paramam, tam nirvana paramam. These all the description of this adjective. Shantim, which shantim? Nirvana paramam shantim. That shanti which is uncorrupted. That reveling in the self which is uncompromised. That discovery of the independence which is never lost. Shantim nirvana paramam mat samstham mad adhinam adhigacchati prapnoti. In this manner, he comes to that freedom, that liberation, where there is no more a sense of limited existence. Meaning, he discovers liberation from I. Because in the Supreme Reality, there is no miserable I. There is only but one Supreme Self. So this is what has to be done. Now, see, if all the spiritual practice is taking you where? Shantim nirvana paramam mat samstham adhigacchati. So what will be the nearest, easiest and the most accurate spiritual practice? Remain calm and quiet. Stop reacting in the world. Nothing is going to remain the same all the time. It's a question of just time. You must have seen many times, in our life, we have reacted on some small issues. And now that issues have gone, things are settled. But because of our overreaction on a particular issue at a particular time, whatever cracks, dents or wounds have occurred, they remain throughout life. And such people, they carry that load of guilt, frustration throughout. I tell you how I am telling you. The other day, one person, a very elderly man, he came, I said, Guruji, aiye, baithiye. He said, Swamiji, please don't call me Guruji, you don't know what I am. I said, that's why let it be like that, Bandi muthi sawa lakh ki. Don't tell me what you are. No, I want to tell you something. I said, I don't want to listen. He said, when I tell you, I will feel relieved. I said, don't make me a sulabh. I am not a relieving platform. No, Swamiji, please. Say, okay, start. he started that. The same thing. I don't know, I have done this thing, that thing, and now it's all over. That fellow is also dead and gone, everything is over. But always I get a fear. Whether his ghost will come and possess me. When I go outside, I always feel that the sin is following me. See? This fear and guilt is the strength of many religions. How the religions keep the people together? By these two forces. They sow the seed of guilt in the minds of the followers. And they say, whatever bad you have done, come and confess. You go and confess. My God, my son, you have done tremendous sin. I will talk to the Lord and He shall forgive you. Come again next Sunday, but bring one victim. And if you bring one more person converted, I will try to see that it is appropriated. And that person is so much feeling bad. Oh, why did I do that? Friends, do not carry the load of guilt on your mind. Yaha shatarudriya madhite sogni puto bhavati sura panat puto bhavati brahma hatyat puto bhavati krutya krutyat puto bhavati. Now what more certificate you want? See? Therefore, nirvana paramam shantim. If the absolute peace is the ultimate gain, why not we start right away? And what is that peace? When you don't get disturbed by the pieces, you are in peace. And when you get disturbed by the pieces, you are in pieces. What is so much important in this world? Just think. I tell you, this last so many years I have been running. This has given me this great achievement that I always count down. Start counting down your life. Don't add, subtract. 7 days, 6 days, 5 days, 4 days, 3 days, 2 days. Anyway, get out from here. In the same manner, in this world, how long are we going to be? But we imagine we are going to be eternally in this world and start suffering. Therefore, the last word, the most valuable commodity in the whole universe is our peace of mind. There is nothing more valuable than this. And this peace itself is at stake. And we are not recognizing this. Masamsthan adhigacchati. Now, idanim yoginaha aharadi niyama uchchate. Now, the secondary details, but they are also very important. Natyashnatastu yogosti nachaikantamanashnataha nachati swapnashilasya jagrato naiva charjuna. Hey Arjun, na atyashnataha atma sammitam anna parimanam atitya ashnataha atyashnataha. The one who eats more than his capacity. Who eats more than his capacity? Those who take food only once in a day. Why? Because last 12 hours I have not eaten, so I have to take care of that. Then next 12 hours or 24 hours I am not going to eat, therefore double. And when you eat so much, the only thing you can do, go in a mud pond and start wallowing like a buffalo. Nothing else. Therefore, ati ashnataha, the one who is eating too much, na yogaha asti, for him it is not meant. Now, na cha ekantam arashnataha yogaha asti, the other extreme. And those who just don't eat at all. It is easier to be extremist. Not to talk at all or go on talking is very easy. But to talk only when required. Otherwise, keep the mouth shut is very difficult. Same thing. To eat a lot is very easy and not to eat at all is very easy. But to eat all the time with a controlled major quantity of food is really, really difficult. Therefore, natyash natastu yogosti nachaikantam anashnataha. And here he quotes some Shruti, Yad huva atma sammitam annam tadavati tanna hinasti yad bhuyo hinasti tad yad kaniyaha na tad avati. The one who eats more than his capacity, he is neither protected but the food becomes harmful to him. So if he eats within the capacity, then that food becomes a protector. And if somebody doesn't eat at all, then he is not protected, and therefore it is necessary. Tasmat yogi na atma sammitat annat adhikam nyunam va ashniyat. Therefore we should always find out what is our optimum requirement. Don't look into others, how much others are eating. Because everybody has got a different stomach size. And everybody has got a different lifestyle right from childhood. If you see, go in the Andhra. Now Andhra people, they eat rice. And when a Punjabi goes and he sees there, Punjabis eat only roti. So when you will see that they have Meru Parvat in front of them. And when they start eating, my God, so much! Am I buffalo or what? Give less. So we don't have to bother about other people's quantity, follow what is required for you. And one of the technique of controlling your food intake. Controlling means what? Taking optimum. If you start doing it, it will help you. Once you take in your plate, don't have the second helping. See? And second thing, you decide that let me try for 1 week. I will manage with 4 chapatis and Meru rice. No, it will do it. Very good. Then you take another one. Make it, let's say, 2 chapatis and little bit of rice. And slowly come at a conclusion. When you take food, you don't become a load to yourself. That is the optimum eating. Here, the technique is given, mathematical calculation. Athava, yoginaha yoga shastre paripathitat anna parimanat atimatram ashnataha yogono bhavati nasti. Or it also means, whatever is told in the yoga shastra, don't eat beyond that rule, beyond that dictum. What is that? Uktami, it is said, ardhamashnasya savyanjanasya trutiyam udakasya tu vayu sancharanartham tu chaturtham avasheshayet. Half of the stomach be filled by food, 1/4 by water, and 1/4 should be left for ventilation. Vayu sancharanartham. Otherwise, the food will not have any place to move, churning, etc. Tatha nacha ati swapnashilastya yogo bhavati. Nacha eva atimatram jagrataha yogo bhavati cha Arjuna. So he who sleeps too much, he cannot practice meditation. And he doesn't sleep at all, he also cannot practice meditation. I have seen this, when I am having regular meditation classes, that time, sometimes suppose I get up in the morning, let us say 2 o'clock, and then 2 to 4 I'll sit, and there a tremendous sleep overtakes. So then you sleep, or if you don't sleep, then you come here for meditation, and that time it is really a torture to keep the sleep away and continue. Because the required quota of sleep was not fulfilled. So it is necessary that we should neither keep too much awake nor keep on sleeping too much. So, na atisapnashilasya na cha jagrataha eva. The one who sleeps too much or who doesn't sleep at all, yoga is not possible. Then for whom the yoga is possible? Katham punaha yogo hoti iti uchyate. Yuktahara viharasya yukta chestasya karmasu yukta swapnavabodhasya yogo bhavati dukkha. We'll take this verse in our next class. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.